Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
Okay, guys, it is Saturday morning after our Friday afternoon home opener, and we
Record-setting.
Yes, go ahead. We can talk about that. We're
We have
going to go. You want to go there first?
Well, we have to talk about good things because no matter how the game ended, which we all know it did not end well, there were a lot of great things
Didn't
happening.
end well for us. It
Okay.
ended great for Minnesota.
We're not talking about how it ended well for Minnesota, but there were a lot of great things about yesterday and so many that we want to recap. It's not all. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're not going to talk only about the good, but
Yeah,
we had another just stellar day and enjoyed every moment from beginning to end. And it was a long hockey day for us.
yeah, it was a very long hockey day. So, we can start at the beginning like we did with the last. So this is game 2 recap, our inaugural home opener. So with Climate Pledge Arena. So we were in town. We didn't have to take a bus anywhere. So we were in town. So we woke up early as we always do. And then we headed up and we actually were at Climate Pledge at about 10 a.m. So the puck drop was at 1 and there was some media stuff that was going on beforehand that we very graciously, excitedly, thankfully got invited to come and be a part of. And so we were there at about 10 a.m. So yeah, it was a long hockey day. But all that to say, we walk in the doors and, we go down to where everybody else is. We already got to start seeing friends and people we knew and hugs and just the excitement and the electricity already in the building was, it was palpable. And just, even like the people like I think the staff people, like the people who are working at Climate Pledge, like they were all just like, "You ready? Are you excited?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're ready. We're excited." Like there was just an energy in the air, so it was super fun.
Definitely felt it from even, I mean, I took pictures of the building before, the empty seats.
Empty seats, yeah.
And when it started filling up and when it was filled up and just to feel the electricity building, it was really just amazing to be a part of and to feel that that the vibes of the building. And yeah, can't recreate that ever.
No, so because this is our home arena, this is going to be, we're season ticket holders, like we're going to be there at every home game. We're trying to figure out like what our pregame routine is, what our pregame ritual is. So we got down on the warm-up side of the ice next to the tunnel that we thought that the team was going to come out from, but they ended up not coming out from that tunnel, which
They
was
came
fun.
from them in the game.
During the game.
During the game,
yeah.
they came out of that tunnel, but not for warm-up.
Yeah, for warm-ups, they came out.
It might be different.
Yeah, from the
That's
bench.
not home opener,
Yeah.
but that's fine. And
Yeah.
we don't need to be all up in that all the time. I was happy where we watched.
Oh no, it was great. Well, we were
Met
also
some
with all
great
of our
kids.
met some new friends, got to see all our old friends and hang out and talk before the game started. So that was super fun. Got to see the team warm up, got to see, people trade for pucks and pucks thrown over. And yeah, it was really great. And the thing I wanted to bring up about the warm-ups was that they had the rookies do a rookie lap, which I was actually, because in Vancouver, I'm like, there's no rookie lap. Like, what's going on? Like, I was like, oh no, like it's some of these players like first
game ever.
Yeah, PWHL game. Like they need a rookie lap, right? And then when it didn't happen in Vancouver, I was like, oh, maybe they don't get a rookie lap because they didn't start the season at home. But then they did it at home.
Oh, they're doing their lap! They're doing their lap! Their rookie lap!
So it was really fun. It was really fun to see
Happy
them.
to see you, Bugs, going around the
Yeah.
I'm sure your family was happy.
Yeah.
Miss seeing your family. They were in the restricted in the good
restricted section.
We couldn't get in there. We couldn't get in that section to go see you, or we would have went
So
live.
We talked about it on last week's podcast, I think, but just so everybody knows, the two side sections of Climate Pledge Arena, you cannot get into those sections anywhere, like from the side or anything, unless you have a ticket. And we don't sit at the end. So we don't have a ticket to get into that section. So Bugs' family, which we did a big wave to them because
Yeah.
we saw them and they got our attention. But they were sitting in the Symetra side. So
Right.
anyway, we don't have tickets there, so we can't go down there. So
And we love our
um,
seats. You did great, babe. You did great picking our seats. We love our seats. We're going to be there all season.
yeah.
I was thinking maybe one game we might upgrade to sit behind the bench or something.
Well, this is new news to me, guys.
New
I have
news.
no idea,
Because
but
I like to stand up. I don't want to sit down,
yeah.
but I think maybe one game we could splurge and sit behind the bench. I think I would like that.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go, guys. We got that.
You heard it here
You heard
first.
it here first. We're at some point going to upgrade our tickets and sit behind the bench for a game. It'll be a surprise this season. Whenever we do that, this is news to me. I'm just hearing about this, so it's okay. Patty's the money person, so she wants to spend more money. That's up to her. Anyway, okay, well, so then after warm-ups, which was it was just like I said, it was just you could feel the excitement of everybody. We went and got in our seats. So we, made a beeline back to our seats because we wanted to make sure we were there
Pregame
for all the
ceremony.
pregame ceremony, the opening ceremony, and puck drop, obviously. So yeah, so it was really great. They announced all the players, even the people who
The staff,
Oh yeah, the full
coaching,
staff, coaching staff,
support
yeah,
staff,
support staff,
equipment,
equipment staff.
massage.
Yeah, it was like everybody. I was like everybody. It's awesome.
Yay.
And then every single player on our roster was dressed out and got to skate on the ice. So just if you're living under a rock and haven't heard this, Tara Lova did not play last night. She's day to day with a lower body injury. That's all we know. We don't have any other details than that, other than um, Coach Steve did say in the pregame he's really hoping that she's well for Wednesday, December 3rd game, which when this episode drops, that'll be like 2 days away. And yeah, but even CJ was dressed out and on the ice, even though
Carlo was too.
no, Tara Lova was
Which was
dressed out and on
nice.
the ice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So everybody got announced,
It
which
was
was
good to see everybody.
it was really nice to see everybody in their in their gear on the ice. So that was the opening ceremony was just it was great. It was electric. It was so fun. So then puck drop. Are we going to puck drop next? Is that what
We
we're
go to
going to?
puck drop. I mean, we could just shout out here and say all the people that came to see us. It was great to
Yeah.
see you. I loved hearing about all the new fans that are excited about this podcast because they're just getting into
Yeah.
hockey and figuring it out and feeling that it's okay not to know it all and it's okay to have questions. And we'll have questions in this episode today.
Yeah, so we're gonna shout out Chris. If you told us your last name, I do not remember it, and I might maybe not apologies, but I'm gonna shout out to Chris. So they actually have seats in section 6, which is the section next to ours. He and his wife, and he came up and said hi and said he was a fan of the podcast, and it was really good to talk to him. But then his wife came up I don't even remember. It was during one of the intermissions, I think, and just said like I've never been into hockey before, and so she was like, it's just really exciting because she's like my husband is really into your show and all this kind of stuff, and it was like, yeah, this is what we want. We want, the whole point of this and what we love hearing about is I wasn't into hockey before or whatever the thing is. And it's like, obviously, like if you're into hockey and want to listen to our show, like that is
Great.
allowed as well. But you might laugh at us sometimes because of my lack of information.
And my memory lapses.
But besides that, like we love it. We love people, we want anybody to watch the show, but we really are excited about the newbies who might be getting into hockey because for me, like it makes me feel like there's not stupid questions and that I can just come as I am to this sport and maybe not know everything and maybe get really upset about things I don't understand. But there will be at least one rant on this podcast today. Just a warning, pre-warning, if you don't want to hear me rant, if your mental health space isn't there today, you may want to
Trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning. Trigger warning. We'll let you know. No, it's not going to be that bad, but I am going to rant. But anyway, this is what we want out of this podcast. So we're very excited. It's been great to meet all the fans. Please come see us. We're in the back of section 7. Oh, and I forgot to say at the top of the podcast, if you're not watching, this means nothing to you. But if you are watching, yes, I did dye my hair green. So if you saw us at the arena or you saw us on social media, you would know my hair is green. But it might be a little shocking if you haven't seen me since last week because my hair is
It looks great. And I'm not saying that because I did it. It looks great.
the color is Sea Witch. So I'm actually contemplating maybe this is going to be my hair color during the season. Maybe we'll have a vote on that at some point. But anyway, right now, this is my hair color because I can't do anything about it until it decides to fade. So.
Yeah. No sponsorship at all. This is
No,
just
no, no. It's the unicorn hair is the brand just because if you want the same color, that's the only thing. And I will just warn you, like I have very, very gray hair in the front, which is why it shows up so well. So just FYI, I didn't bleach my hair. This is just how gray my hair is. So, okay, moving on because nobody cares about hair color. Actually, that's probably not true. People probably
puck
care
drop.
about. Yeah, let's talk about puck drop.
Hmm. We won the face off.
We won the face off. So yeah, so it was funny because we came out and we looked, I mean, we looked super strong and
First period was awesome.
it was really good. It was very competitive. I'm looking at my notes. There wasn't a score until 18
Late.
minutes in. I
Hmm.
mean, so like almost the end of the first period, there was no scoring at all, but it was just back and forth and very physical play.
Hmm.
And it was like, I felt like there was a lot of hustle in us. Like I feel like we were doing a really good job. And somebody that I kept seeing over and over again that I was like, look at them just hustling, and it was Brownie.
Brownie.
Brownie was just like every single, every when coming back to our side, like to retrieve the puck, basically. Like I just felt like she was always hustling, and there was no slowdown in
Blocking
her.
shot,
So
speed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else we want to talk about before we get to the first goal from
Uh,
the first period?
no, I don't know.
Yeah, there were no penalties in the first period, so just
There could have been some penalties.
yeah,
I didn't think they were calling much.
no.
I think their whistles were warming up and they just gave them a little bit of time.
There were some shots that looked like because we actually went back. We didn't say that either. Is we went back and rewatched the game this morning.
First time my wife's ever watched
I
a
know,
game
first time
she's already
ever.
watched.
I was like, I'm literally rewatching an entire game that I just watched yesterday. Like, who am I?
I love it. I'm here for all of this.
I was like, oh, okay. Where I was like in the middle of the game, I'm like, literally, we just watched this game yesterday, and now I'm rewatching it. But there was a lot of things that I saw, and I'll just say this: like watching a game live is so much fun and so electric, and I would never not watch it live, if I have the opportunity. But watching it on TV, like you can catch some stuff that you can't catch
Hmm.
live because
Skip back.
unless they're doing a replay on on the twins, like
Yeah.
we're not seeing it. Like we're not going to be able to go back and see it in our memory bank.
Yeah.
So.
If you don't know, I mean, maybe there's some people that don't know this, but the twins are the two Jumbotrons, and I love that they have nicknames. So
Yeah, so we have in at Climate Pledge Arena there are two jumbotrons and they call them the twins. So they're like, set at either side of the ice, which is really nice. And just, primary tenant, we're gonna let you know the size of our shots on goal
we could
definitely
see
peaked
it.
towards. I could see them on the opposite end
Hmm.
of
The second twin.
this other twin on the other side of the ice. And we sit on one side. So I will just say, I honestly, I almost wanted to chirp at you guys, and I love you guys so much, and I know you'll take this and I was like,
With
I
love.
wanted,
We're with
yes,
love.
with love. The chirp was, this is how you do jumbotrons, Vancouver. And if you didn't hear our episode last week, the shots on goal was so tiny. It
Couldn't
was
see it.
so tiny in Vancouver, like we could not see it at all. But I could see it very clearly, even though I was in my contacts, on the twin on the opposite side of the ice. So. Where are we at? First period.
Goal.
Yeah, so the first goal. So Kelly Panic from the Minnesota Frost scored the first goal, and it was almost at the end of the first period. And it was just again back and forth. Felt like it could be anybody's game at that point because
Yeah.
it wasn't. I don't think anybody was dominating. Actually, we were ahead on shots on goal for a while, and so it was actually when they scored the first goal, I would say mildly deflating. So shots on goal.
Off
Oh,
the
go ahead.
glove and the post and
Yeah,
then in.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It almost looked from one angle, it almost looked like it went in her glove and bounced out, in Schroeder's glove and bounced out. It did not.
It did not.
It just hit the top of her glove.
Yeah.
And then pinged off.
Yeah. So it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Could have gone either way. And there was a couple shots in the beginning, like the Hillary Knight shot. If that goal had gone in, it would have been a totally different
Yeah.
game. And we could talk about ifs and what ifs and all of that. But it was really, and I mean, of course it was anybody's game, but it could have gone either way in the beginning and would have been much different. But yeah, it was a good first goal, Minnesota. We'll give you
Minnesota.
that.
And then we ended the period 8-8 shots on goal. So it was even. It felt a little lopsided, but it was very even. So
Good first period.
yeah, it was a very good first period. So then we went into the first intermission. Oh, I guess we should talk about that. First intermission. So I think my guess is they do this all the bad K word games. I almost said the word.
We
So
don't know. We don't go to all those games.
we don't, but I know they do it at every bad K word game. Is that the Women's Pro Hockey Seattle group meets up in first intermission at the Living Wall. So for those that don't know Climate Pledge, there's a big wall of plants that is alive in the arena, which is very cool. But they meet
Oh,
up
cool.
at the Living Wall to take pictures and stuff during first intermission. So the really amazing thing, and shout out Women's Pro Hockey Seattle, of course, always forever. Zoe was, on broadcast. She was on the Torrent, she's been on Torrent social media with her sign. It was like 5.5 years. And I mean, if 5.5 years in the making,
Started as a dream.
started as a dream. It was a beautiful sign, and it was just so amazing to see everyone walk up to Zoe and just thank her and give her the accolades that she deserves.
And of course, as humble as she was, she tried to deflect all of it. It was, oh, it was a team, it was a group.
Right, I get it,
that.
Zoe. We get it, Zoe, that it's not all you, but you have
It's a
been
lot you.
the face, but she's also been the face of the movement and the voice of the movement, and the founder of the movement. So it's like it was just really amazing to see her just get, just to get get the accolades, to
Yeah.
see her just showered with love and affection, and everybody. And there's tons of pictures, and it was a really amazing.
And our love and affection is showered on you.
Absolutely, Zoe. And the thing is that we almost feel like we coattailed the movement.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Late.
Yeah, we
We were
did.
late
Yeah.
to the game.
Yeah,
Late to the game.
So for us, it's like we're totally and it's funny because Zoe we actually we had the conversation. She's like, I feel like you guys have taken it and like moving it on, now with the team, which is not like Zoe's not going anywhere. Like Zoe's a fan, she's going to be a fan for life. But it was just nice. Like it was a nice moment. And again, Zoe, just kudos. Women's Pro Hockey Seattle. It was the culmination of many, many years and lots of work and blood, sweat, and tears. But to have the inaugural home game at Climate Pledge, it was
Wonderful.
it
to
was
see.
magnificent.
Wondrous.
It
yeah.
was magnificent.
Yeah.
So that was first intermission. So then we move into the second period, and spoiler alert, not a spoiler, obviously, because we're many days past the game now. That there was no scoring, but that doesn't mean it was a nothing period, because it was not a nothing period, because we actually took 2 penalties.
2 penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. First one by Lexi.
Yeah, Lexi, which again, I huge. I mean, just some of the players that I just want to give a lot of kudos to. I already said Brownie, but like Lexi, like and she only had 2. Didn't you say she only had 2 attempts?
I think we had 2 shots on goal.
Yeah,
I
2
have to
shots
check
on
that,
goal, but I just felt like she was all over the ice, and she always
presence
in front
was
of
known.
absolutely. And I just, it was in a way that, not that I did notice her in Vancouver because of her braids. Like her braids just make her really noticeable visually
Both
on
sides,
the
yeah.
ice. You can see her really easily because she's got multiple braids running down her back and they flop around. So check her out. But it's, and it just felt like she was all over the ice,
Yeah.
like in a good way, like just
Very good way.
Yeah.
Not all over the place.
No.
She was where she needed to be and definitely noticeable. So yeah.
Yeah, so she at 7:46 in the second period, she took first penalty for interference, which I don't remember. Was that you said it would
was a
look like
hit.
tripping? Was it?
No. It was a hit.
Oh, it was a hit.
and against someone who didn't have the puck, someone who wasn't eligible to be hit, and she did hit them.
Yeah.
And it's an action game. It's there's so much body action, and hitting, and I know that some people aren't used to that, but it's really such a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was an exciting. So I will say, even though we lost, even though we were scoreless, and I'm a little salty
hear
about
the
the
goal
goal. I
song.
still know what the goal song
We
is,
all
guys.
hear
We
it.
do. We want to hear the goal song. Like at the end of the game, I'm like, I just want a goal so I can hear the goal song. I don't even care about winning now. I just want to hear the goal song. So I'm still bated breath. Hopefully Wednesday night we will get a goal so I can hear the goal song. But anyway.
And I don't know. I hope I didn't jinx it. Do I
No,
talk about this?
stop.
No,
You did not
okay.
jinx it.
I-
You can tell the story. Tell the story.
I have a ritual, and this started in the Ducks, because I was in the upper row of the top section, and every time the Ducks scored, I would run all the way down to the bottom of the section. My friends, I had season ticket friends there, and I would high five them and high five everyone all the way up. And I did it every goal scored. and I loved it. And so we're in the back of our row, and I want this to be, this is what I do. And I wanted to get that set up. So before the game started, I went all the way down to the bottom and I talked to two very nice ladies, Annie and Allie, shout out. I don't know if you'll hear this, but I said, "Are you season ticket holders?" And they said they were, but their friends were there, so the friends might be, I don't know.
We heard a lot of people say they were sharing season tickets with friends, which is awesome. I love
Totally
that. If
cool.
it's out of your reach to do
Yes.
your own season tickets, to share it with people is great. So-
Absolutely. So I went down there and said, "Look, because I can't go down there and be like, why is there a lady here who's shoving her hand in my face?" I wanted to have a conversation. So I went down there and said, "I'll be down here."
Patty was getting consent for her goal
was.
celebration.
Consent is very important. It's important to get consent. And I had a conversation, said, I'll see you a lot. Every goal, I'm going to come down here." And then I never saw them again the rest of the
So
game.
Patty, the whole game is like, did I jinx us? Did I jinx us? Did we not get a goal because I went and preempted that? And I was like, come on. Okay, I mean, no, she did not jinx us.
Thank
But
you for that no, because it sounded like you were choking on your yes.
no, I'm just like, are you a ridiculous woman? You think you have so much power, obviously. You have so much power that you could jinx us out of a goal. Just like the people behind us, shout out people behind us who had no problem with us standing up in front of them because
Thank you.
there's a large rise on the seats that are behind us, which is why we chose the seats we chose. Anyway, but just the whole time they're yelling, shoot it, shoot it. And I wanted to turn around and say, don't you think they would if they could? Shout out. It's okay. At least you were in it. You were totally in the
They were
game.
in it.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that. But just
yeah.
to shoot it, shoot it. I'm like, yep, I bet if they could, they would. Anyway, if you know, you know, that's all I have to say. Okay, so that was the first penalty in the second period. And then
We killed it.
we did penalty kill on that one. So there was no scoring in the second period. So this is not gonna be a surprise. So then we had a second penalty at 12:45. It was Danielle Serdachny for tripping.
Also had a great game. Really.
She did. She was yeah, shoot.
Yeah, fast and good shots. And
The last 2 minutes of the game, she was on fire too. I was like, it was funny because Brian Clink. Brian actually said before the game started, he's like, I feel like Serdachny's going to have a moment. And I was like, the last 2 minutes of the game, I feel like we're sort of Serdachny's moment. I think she had a lot of moments during the game, but those last 2 minutes, it was pretty significant. So yeah. So anyway, so she went in the boo-boo box for tripping. And then that was our second penalty kill. So I think at that point, I think that the teams were a little heated. It felt like it was getting
It was heating up.
Yeah, it felt like it was getting pretty spicy at that point. I'm not gonna lie. And then there was no score. So I think our team was getting a little frustrated because there was again shots on goal for second period ended 6 Minnesota for us. So they outshot us just ever so slightly in the
6-4.
6-4.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I thought you said 6 for us.
No, 6 for them, 4
Okay.
for us. So yeah, so they shot us ever so slightly in the second period. But again, we had lots of good looks. It just, I mean,
There's 2 power plays. I mean,
yeah. So shout out to Hensley. She
Played
played an
great
amazing game. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, the Minnesota goalie was on fire, and just nothing was getting past her. I mean, that was just the end of the story. We had lots of good looks. We had lots of good chances, and their defense was also. I mean, it felt like Hillary had a couple of really good looks and really good shots,
Especially
but just
when-
like somebody's skate was there or
Yeah.
somebody's stick was there,
Yeah.
and that's what they should be doing
Yeah.
on defense. So
Yeah.
they were doing their job, but it just felt like everywhere we turned, there was just an obstacle. So
Mhm.
okay. So this one's the big one. The big period is period 3, guys. So we went, I mean, it was over 10 minutes into the third
There's a
period.
penalty early by them too, that we had a power play.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, her first power.
Heisey got Taylor Heisey got in
Interference.
interference, and she went in the boo-boo box. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Go in the boo-boo box. Because at that point, I'm frustrated because I want us to score a gosh darn goal. And so then anyway, we were on power play, and obviously did not
Did not
score.
score. But that was our first power play.
That was our first power play of the game. Absolutely.
Could have been the third, but we won't talk about that.
Right. And then yes, there was a couple of non-calls that we were a little yelly about.
And you know what? I hate to even talk about them because here's my thing, and I want to get this said because you know this about me, babe.
Yes.
I root for the refs. I root for them. I cheer for them. As soon as they come out on the ice, I'm like, let's go refs, call a fair game because that's their job. And they're doing the best job that they
Yeah.
can. So I really, really,
We don't like to talk
really,
bad about the
we
refs.
don't want to talk about bad about the refs. And one of my least favorite chants in the entire world is when they talk about ref you suck. I
Yeah.
hate that. I don't want it. I don't want to.
And there actually that went off yesterday.
Yeah,
But the third period, we're going to get into it, but the third period was very
it
frustrating. And I
was.
feel like the crowd was just like, we got to blame somebody for what's happening here. So
Yeah. But
unfortunately the refs get that, but we don't chant refs you suck. We don't do
no.
it. And just
Don't
because,
condone it. We don't
yeah.
encourage it. And when I was a Ducks fan, because they would do it often and they'd say, "Ref, you suck," I would scream at the top of my lungs, "Let's go Ducks," because it's the same three syllables.
Okay.
It sounds the
But
same.
guys,
I don't have that
she
here.
tried to do it
I did
yesterday.
try to do it
She was
because
like,
it's
let's
my
go
answer and it's been my
Torrent.
answer
And she's
for
like, it
20
does.
years. Like that's what I do when that happens because it's not like today that I got this. It's always been that. And I don't like to boo the ref. I really don't.
I know you're very
I don't know what
passionate.
I'm going to cheer right now
I don't know.
because
We'll figure it out.
we'll have to
But
figure it
we'll
out.
figure out a chant because Let's Go Torrent doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's not the same number
It's
of
not the
syllables.
yeah.
It doesn't rhyme.
She
It
tried.
doesn't
She
make
did
it
try
dry.
yesterday.
I
I
tried.
was like, babe, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's
Doesn't,
not
it's not
gonna.
landing.
It's not
It
landing.
didn't land.
Not landing the same. Anyway,
Okay, third period. Sorry.
No, no. I was going to say suggestions. If there's any
Please.
counter chant,
And
throw
if you
that.
want to get on this with me,
Yeah,
let's do
we
it.
can start a movement of not booing the refs because again, it's not. It's a hard job. I think that
Very
that's
hard
at the
job.
end of the day, and I don't think that they purposely set out to like call an unfair game. Like I think that they're trying to be as fair as possible. Like in the first period, there was hits both ways that didn't get called. It
Right.
wasn't like they weren't just calling on us. So I
No.
mean, we can't call foul plays and like, oh, the refs are against us. It's like it felt like they were warming up. It felt like they didn't want to just call things left and right.
Yeah.
Well, the reality is that maybe had they done that, it maybe it wouldn't have gotten as bad as it did in the third, but
Maybe.
whatever. Okay, so we're moving on to the third. So Heisey took her penalty at almost 4 minutes, and then
We had a
Grace,
great power play. Lots of
yeah,
shots.
lots of shots, and then at 10:44, Grace Zumwinkle, Emily Zumwinkle's sister,
Hmm.
took a tripping penalty, and then we had another power play that they killed.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets a little crazy. So they got their second goal at 9:48,
Hmm.
and then they got their third goal, which was a goal that everybody was very confused about. So Panic scored again, so that was Panic's second goal, and then their third goal was Grace Zumwinkle, but that was after Julia Gosling got a hooking penalty. So they had it. We had another power. That was a kill,
I
right?
don't know. I don't. Oh yeah, we killed one there.
We killed that power play, and then Zumwinkle,
No,
or did she
no, it was a
score on
power play.
she scored on the power play?
Yeah, it's a power play.
Okay, sorry guys, we're looking at stats. So Zumwinkle scored on the power play, and this was the one that was like it was called no goal on the ice.
Which was fine because it went off the top, went off the back crossbar.
It was
And
weird.
it was in and out on an angle. And obviously, Minnesota saw, those players saw, and the players are right there. And so the on ice officials called it no goal, which is fine. But what took so long? It was
It
clearly
was
in.
weird,
It
yeah.
was clearly in. And
So
on the
when we
first replay, we saw it.
Yeah, so when we saw the replay, because again, they didn't, and this was another interesting thing is they didn't show the replay in the arena. So we didn't see the replay until after I think the call came through.
Yeah.
And Brian actually, oh, gotta clink.
Brian.
Brian, clink. Brian actually texted and said it's interesting. He said it's not looking good because they're not showing the replay in the arena. So,
Mhm.
and it was a long time. I mean, it was a long time reviewing, like
And
a
even
couple
when we
minutes.
talked to Coach after the game, he said they saw it
Oh
come in
yeah,
right
he
away.
knew.
So their
He
players
knew.
were on it. Their video staff
Coach,
was
yeah.
on it, and they knew right away. And I don't know what took
So what happened is a shot came in and I think Schroeder had it and batted it down and then she was on the ground on her stomach and it floated underneath
Her blocker.
and
But
then it never gloved
froze.
down on it. Never gloved down on it.
Mm-mm.
And then Zumwinkle scooped it in
And
just
shot
right
it
over
over
the
the back
top,
crossbar.
right over the top of her. And
Yeah.
yeah. And it came back out because it hit the back crossbar. So
Mhm.
that's what we saw. I think it's what everybody saw when they saw the replay. But
Mhm.
anyway, so that was their third goal. And now I think our team's just, I mean, I
I'm
think that,
frustrated.
I think a little frustrated would be.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that, we saw Barnes kind of mouthing off to one of the lines people at one point and, just
Making her voice,
no, making her
she's
voice heard.
making her
Not
voice
not
heard.
mouthing off. Sorry, that was bad. That was bad
Mhm.
terminology. I think that just showing, she was. I it looked like she was like, I just got, I just got a high stick. Like, why is nobody calling that? Is what it
Mhm.
looked like she was saying, and you could tell the team was getting frustrated. The hits were getting harder and
Mhm.
more frequent, and
But that's part of, I mean, it was so, we never gave up.
no, no, no,
We had the gas pedal down, and I love to see there was no quit in our fight.
yeah,
We were in it until the end,
right,
and we were all in.
yeah. So the last 5 minutes of the game,
Here we go.
yeah,
Rant
the
coming.
rant is about ready to start.
Which
So
fine, we can rant.
we're gonna rant. This is our podcast. We can do whatever we want to do. So I'm gonna say, so there was an altercation that happened in between Britta Curl Slemmy and Megan Carter. And Curl took her down, like slammed her down on the ice. And the thing that frustrates me, there's a couple things that frustrate me. The thing that frustrates Patty the most, and she actually said this at the game, is that Taylor Heisey and Dom Petrie both were pulling at Megan Carter's
From the
hands
bench.
from the bench.
Before, I think even before the whistle blew,
Yes,
they were getting
before,
involved in this play from the bench, and
right.
that is such
In
bad form.
in so much as their coach pulled them both back
Hmm.
and was like, back up
Stop.
or
Yeah.
whatever he said. I didn't see what he said, but it was frustrating because that was nothing was called on that
Mm-mm.
that they got to. I mean, and at first it looked like from what we saw yesterday that they were trying to pull Curl off of Megan Carter. That isn't when we watched the replay
Oh
about a
no.
hundred times.
Yeah, yeah.
They were definitely pulling at Megan Carter's
To
hands
try to
because
get her
she
hand.
had
Her hand
salami
was
in a
around
she had Curl salami in a chokehold around her neck.
hold
Well,
was
she had
strong.
her she was around
Her neck. She
her
was
neck.
hugging her.
She's
They were
giving her a
giving her
good,
plan.
she was giving her a good hug. Anyway, but I think I'm gonna rant. I'm my second rant and my more passionate like rant is that there's now a villain has now entered the story for me, and I said that at the end of last season when Curl got her third suspension during the playoffs, and they only gave her a 1 game suspension. I think I just like my concern is for player safety. Like at the end of the day, fair. I want people to play fair. I want people to play nice. Like, I mean, as nice as you can play in hockey, I get it. They're gonna hit each other, and maybe they're gonna scuffle a little bit. We call it making dinner plans when they just kind of like,
Applebee's.
that's right. Where are we going for dinner tonight? Anyway, but it's when it's the blatant things that Curl has gotten called on and suspended for in the past, and it feels like I said it yesterday. She's a menace. Like I just think she's a menace, and it just I just don't want somebody to get seriously hurt. Like that's what I'm concerned about. And so I don't know what's going to happen this season, but we coined a name for her. We're calling her Corella.
Corella. Corella.
Corella.
Sorry.
No, not sorry.
Not
I'm not
sorry.
sorry at all.
Not sorry. We might have to get a, what is it? GIF?
A GIF.
Maybe.
I don't know. According to Hillary Knight, it's a GIF.
Okay.
It was one of the this or that's on
I
the
love that,
Jumbotron.
this or that.
The
You
this or that.
definitely do that every
Yes,
game.
Hillary Knight, that was a great, because shout out Hillary Knight
Yeah.
for being put through her paces on that this or that, because there were so many things. It's like, I don't know. She was like, I don't know. I was like,
We were doing it.
yeah,
We were in it.
it
We
was
were in
fun.
it.
Anyway, but yes, Corella is what we're gonna coin Curl Salami from here on out. And I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching this season
And we're waiting
because
for the rematch. We're ready.
oh yeah, but oh, and I guess the other thing I want to talk about is that a lot of the commentary online is that this beef between the two of them started last year
yeah.
in March because one of Salami's or Curl Salami, sorry,
Corella.
Corella's suspensions was for a high elbow on Carter in March. And so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the beef is between them. I don't know why all that happened. I don't know if there's something else going on, but it just was a little dirty. I guess that's what and again, like I just want to call out Heisey and Petrie that like that was poor form, dude. Like you
Yeah,
shouldn't
bad
get
form.
don't get involved if you're on the bench. Like you're not on the ice. Like
We get emotions, but
yeah.
that's not right.
Yeah,
It's not right.
especially to aggress another player, like or the other team. Like that's the thing is like they weren't helping. I mean, they were trying to help their teammate, but their hands were on our they were on Megan Carter. They weren't
Right.
on Curl. So
Yeah.
anyway, okay,
Rant over?
I don't know. So they both took 2-minute penalties for roughing. So it was 4-on-4.
Yeah, and then we pulled the goalie.
Yeah, and then we pulled the goalie. So we pulled the goalie during that 4-on-4. So we had five
Yeah.
on the ice when they had four on the ice. And so yeah,
And no empty net. I mean, we fought till the end.
yeah, no empty. And there was Sir Dackney, that one save.
Yeah.
There was a
Oh
there
my
was
gosh, it was
a
almost.
yeah, there was a breakaway that Frost. I don't even know who had the puck,
Yeah.
but there was a breakaway and it got shot toward the net. And Sir
Sir
Dackney
Dackney.
like threw herself in front of it, and I was like, oh, it hit her stick. It was beautiful. It was a
Mhm.
beautiful save. So Sir Dackney got third star. So the game ended. The Frost won.
Hustler. It was on Hustler. Just saw it. Hustler shot.
Oh,
Mr.
Hustler shot.
Dackney
Okay,
got.
there you go. But game ended. Frost won 3-0.
Block 2
Oh, she did?
near the end.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is I'm going back to Brian said Sir Dackney was going to have her moment in the game, and I think the last 2 minutes of the game were definitely Sir Dackney's moment. It felt like she was like, I am not giving up. I am not going to let them score another gosh darn goal.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was really amazing. She very deserved third star. She had third star of the game,
Yeah.
and she very deserved third star. So anyway, second star was Hensley, who's the goalie. I actually honestly thought she probably deserved first star because she shut
Yeah.
us out.
Yeah.
And then Panic got first star with 2 goals. So that was the game. I was very proud of our team. They didn't leave the ice in shame. They came out and they
Love the stick salute.
They stick saluted us, and we stood and cheered, and
We didn't leave early.
No, heck no. But anyway, it was great. It was great. I'm proud. I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of their hustle. I am proud of the fact that we were part of the post game interview with Coach, and Coach is like, I'm not disappointed, but we have work to do. And so like, Hillary Knight said the same thing. I feel like everybody said, that basically they're like, it wasn't a perfect game. We didn't play horribly. And we have some work to do. And nobody's like, we did great. It was awesome. They were just like, it was a good game. And Hillary, I gotta find the quote. And I will put it up. Maybe I'll make it part of the podcast too if I'm feeling lucky. But Hillary Knight said, if you just take the score away, it was a great game.
Remove the score, I think it was an incredible game and probably a really exciting one to watch.
And she is not wrong.
No, we agree. We
Mhm.
agree, Hillary.
Yeah.
If you take the score away, it was a great game.
Yeah.
And then we came home and passed
Passed
out. It was a long
out.
day.
Yeah.
I think we were in
I
bed
don't
by
even
8
want to
o'clock.
tell. I was gonna tell him what time you went to bed. Okay.
No, because I woke up at midnight and I was like, oh shoot, we went to bed way too early.
I
Crap.
thought it was like 3 a.m.
I
when
thought
he woke up.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh shoot.
Midnight.
I know. So I scrolled for a little bit and then I got back to sleep. But I was like, oh, we went to bed way too early.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was I don't know. It was a good game. It was an exciting game. A lot of it was a very physical game.
Mhm.
Our niece and her girlfriend were with us, and they were like, we just want to see the fights. I'm like, y'all came to a good game.
Yeah.
You came to a good game if you wanted to see the fights, because there was a lot of those, a
Yeah.
lot of tussling.
Good action.
I was gonna say, what
Good
else? Then?
fight. Good. I meant just fight, not a fight, but
Yeah.
just the fight in us. I love it, and
Mhm.
I know we're going to continue that, and we're going to work hard, and we cannot wait to hear the goal song. Hopefully Wednesday.
Yeah, and I don't feel like there was any give. I don't feel like anybody gave up. Like that's the
No.
thing is like it wasn't. It didn't feel like anybody was like, okay, we're not gonna. I mean, even when they scored the third goal, I mean that last 5 minutes, like I said, that was probably the best 5 minutes of the entire game, just because they just continued to push.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's good.
yeah,
Happy to be a part of that historic game.
yes, and it was 16,014 people in Climate Pledge Arena. So we set the American record for a professional women's hockey team. I think we're only eclipsed maybe by like one, I don't want
The
to.
rivalry. No, we eclipsed the rivalry.
No, we eclipsed the rivalry
Yeah.
game here. I think
Oh, eclipsed by one in Canada.
Canada. Yeah,
Was that
because I think it was the
Rogers
Rogers
takeaway
Arena. I think, I don't know. We'll have to fact check ourselves. Or Brian,
Brian.
you can tell us. Yeah, Clink. Brian, you can tell us
Oh.
what Canadian what Canadian game outpaced us, but
Pretty sure it was Rogers.
yeah, it was epic. I'm excited for the season moving forward. I hope that people, just continue to be all bought in on this team. Because
Come out Wednesday.
yes,
Come
please.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that that's the thing is like I'm just a little worried that the weeknight games are going to be hard for families, for people, because like there were so many kids at the game, and
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, the day after Thanksgiving, perfect. Bring your kids, like
Mhm.
there's that's a great time, but like Wednesday
Wednesday
at
night at
7,
7.
that's a hard sell for people to bring
Our
their
kids are in
kids.
bed by 8.
Yeah,
So
well, our kids are coming on Wednesday, but we're not. We're like, oh, we don't know what we're gonna do about school the next day. So, if
we
their
get
teachers
it.
are
It's
listening,
harder.
don't ignore this part. I don't think their teachers listen. I hope their teachers don't listen. Anyway, okay. I don't know what else. Yeah, please. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. We're playing the New York Sirens. Excited about that game. This and then Monday. The next week's episode we'll do a recap of that game, and then I think we have another week or another 2 weeks before the next game after that. So yeah, because the next game I don't think is until the 17th. But
Okay.
please, 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 if you can make it out, ticket prices are reasonable, very, very reasonable. Just come out and just be a butt in a seat, yell for our team, scream for our team.
Come
It's a
say hi.
fun, yeah, come say hi to us. It's really fun. It was a really fun atmosphere for sure. For sure. It was good. It was
Yeah.
really good. uh last word, final thoughts.
I think my last word is just the fight. I love the fight and everyone, and I know it's going to continue, and we are here for it.
We're definitely here for it. Yeah, I dyed my hair green, guys.
She did. She did. And she had green tights.
There's-
She rethought it the last
I did. The green tights might make an appearance in the next couple games, but yeah. So there we go. It's going to be an epic season. It is early days. We are not. I mean, we're in this
marathon,
we're
not a
That's
sprint.
right. That's right. And so maybe we have a little bit of a slower start than some other teams, but we already have 1 point. We do have a point because of our overtime loss with Vancouver. So it's not like we don't have any points at all. And yeah, so feeling good.
We'll see you Wednesday.
We will see you Wednesday. Come say hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.